What's cracking, everyone? Welcome back to episode 1 of the FM20 beta save here with West Ham United. You probably guessed that by the thumbnail, and I just realised it's probably the worst time to ever wear my Arsenal shirt, but it was my birthday yesterday, so just got this. So obviously I'm going to rep it, but yes, nonetheless, the beta was released yesterday, and I mentioned that I was going to be making my comeback when the beta come out. So here I am, West Ham. Probably asking why West Ham, right? I just feel like out of the top 6 teams, everyone's going to be covering them. It's pretty boring, I guess. You could just obviously probably win the league in the first year, and I wanted there to still be a bit of a challenge ultimately. So I've picked West Ham because them and Leicester are probably the 2 most likely, and maybe Everton to burst into that top 6. And I thought, with some of the signings that they made in the summer, being of course, Pablo Fornals was one of them who come in. Who's the other one? Sebastian Haller was obviously the big boy. I'm banking on quite a lot from him, actually. He's pretty pivotal to how this team's going to perform, so I need Sebastian Haller to pull his weight, basically. So yeah, I picked West Ham, and I would start you off with sort of the initial screen of sort of when you come on board and pick all your attributes, but I didn't want to waste time. I wanted to get stuck in and leave you guys to figure that out. Like I said, the beta is now live, so if you've pre-ordered the sort of digital version of the game through Steam, you can indeed go and download it, essentially. So let me just move my webcam over this way. There we go. So yeah, so you can go and download it. You can get the beta. There's going to be probably a few bugs, so obviously always bear that in mind. But let's sort of get started with some of the new features, I guess. The big one being this club vision screen. This is, definitely the main one. When you get on board with the club, they say to you, this is what we want. So there's things like club, as it says at the top, club vision, which includes club culture. There's a 5-year plan, which you've probably all seen. You now get a manager performance, which is like a grading from school. So we're on a C+ at the minute. Obviously haven't played many games. You get your budget adjustment as always. But some of these are pretty cool. So do not sign players over the age of 30. I never really do that anyway. I never go above 25 really if I'm signing players. But they sort of, that's pretty, set in stone for them. Well, it's actually, I guess it's only preferred, but it's still a cool aspect to sort of have, as well as playing attacking football, which I always do anyway. So again, ticking all the boxes here, West Ham. Signing players under the age of 22 is heavily desired. So again, I try and aim in that range actually between sort of 17 to 21 for signing players, just so I can have like a conveyor belt of talent going throughout the club. But they also want me to develop players using the club's youth system, sign high reputation players, which is a bit... It's pretty tricky because I'm going to have to sign some amazing youngsters to fulfill sort of the high reputation part, but that's fine. Working within the wage budget is a 4-star requirement or a 4-level requirement, so got to make sure I don't overboard it on the wages, which to be honest is probably a common problem I have on this game. So for the end of this current season, they just want top half, which again is a 4-level requirement. That's perfectly fine. Expected that, can easily do that. Reaching the 5th round of the FA Cup is a 3-level requirement. Again, not really... The competition stuff's always been in the game, so that's not a massive issue. Again, they don't really rank the Carabao Cup as highly, which obviously a lot of teams don't really do in real life either. So then they want us to record a top half finish, challenge for silverware, so that's things like winning the FA Cup, winning the Carabao Cup, winning trophies basically, which is what any club really wants. And I found this one quite funny actually when I read it. Was become recognised as the best of the rest, which ultimately says finish 7th in my eyes, but they've just sort of spiced it up. They're like, but contend with that top 6 and just cement our legacy, well not legacy, but cement our status as better than Everton and better than Leicester City, basically. So I think this screen is very cool. It'll be interesting to see how that develops as the game goes on. But I think off the bat, it's a very, very good sort of plan, and it gives you a good idea of what you're going to do with the save. So definitely a fan of that. The developmental centre, again, we've only just started, so there's not too much information in here. There's not too much to dive into. The loan screen's pretty nice. You can recall a few players from loan if this is active. We haven't actually got that triggered, so we can't. But I think that's pretty cool. So if you are, heavily, I actually do loan quite a lot of players out actually in my saves. So I'll definitely be checking that feature out. But that's pretty cool. The club info is pretty much the same year on year. I am using the dark edition of the skin because the purple was literally like too much purple. It was like literally Barney the dinosaur in your face. So I've gone for the dark edition, and I much prefer it, I think. So transfers, I tried getting in Calvin Stengs, as you can see here. Fantastic young player, rising up to 72 million. I don't know if you can see that, and they still rejected it. But I haven't even scouted him, but I just know he's really, really good. So trust me, if you want to pick up a young Dutch player, check out Ajax, PSV, AZ Alkmaar. There's so much talent in there. Dynamo in Croatia, again, they have so much talent as well. So what do I show you first? The transfers that I've done. I've tried to keep it realistic. I haven't made any super signings. I haven't really done too much to the squad. I've literally made one signing, which is I'm going to say Nassi Unuvar, who again, 16 years old. He's a youth player. He's on a youth contract, valued at 11.5 million already. And you can see here his potential abilities very, very good. I picked him up because he's got very good finishing, which I'm going to need for my wingers, but I'll show you why. Not the fastest player in the world, but technique, passing, vision, great creative outlet on that right hand side. So very keen to see what he can do for us. And for now he's only on £120 per week apparently, because he's somehow on a youth contract. So I'll take that. But I guess I'll hop into the tactic, of what I'm using. Here it is on the screen. It's a 5 at the back. sweaty. And this is what I'm talking about. So the 5 at the back, reason being, want to be defensively solid, basically. You know, they say defense wins championships. I feel like that's probably what some of the smaller clubs struggle with, is having a solid defence. And I think, yes, we look pretty empty in the midfield, but I've gone for inverted wing backs that they'll sort of fill in this gap here where my mouse is going. So they'll sort of come in there either side and almost make a 4-man midfield. So it's almost like a 3-4-3 almost in a way. So so that's going to happen there. These two, I don't think they're both meant to. One of these is meant to be a Mazzala. So I'm going to make, which one? I'm going to make Wilshere the Mazzala. Do I put him on attack or support? I'm going to have him on attack. We're going to try that. And then, so these two are just the creative outlet of the side. The, Sebastian Haller, this is why I said he's a big part of this team, is because he's going to be required to sort of drop back into almost this position. I would actually just play him here, but he obviously doesn't like that. Okay, now I've ruined this. He obviously doesn't like being an attacking player, so I'm going to play him as a false 9. He will drop back naturally anyway in that position. And similarly to sort of Liverpool and how they operate, he's going to come here, fill up this space, hold up the ball so that Felipe Anderson and Yarmolenko can fill this void here and sort of run in behind, get the ball through to them. And hopefully, score a lot of goals through that way. So that's sort of how I'm planning on setting up. And I'd say, I hope to think it's going to be successful. But based on our friendlies, you can see there's a lot of green. Cresswell got some goals. Yarmolenko, Sebastian Haller got on the score sheet. Cresswell got a hat-trick in this game from the left-back position. A late penalty here. Again, Yarmolenko, Anderson on the score sheet, as well as Nathan Holland. Lanzini, Declan Rice got on the score sheet, which is nice to see. Fredericks, Noble, Sanchez. Very, very nice stuff. Sebastian Haller got another goal, which is fantastic to see. Another penalty goal here. We beat Barcelona with this tactic, and Michael Antonio and Mark Noble with the goals, and then Excelsior, Anderson again, and Cresswell got another goal as well. So it's looking pretty good. This is obviously I haven't played any games yet in the league. I haven't actually seen any games played. I never managed the friendlies. I let them just run basically in the background. So that's most of the game is pretty much the same as last year on sort of an initial sort of looking level, but it's once you dive deeper that you find there's sort of new features, which I think just quality of life changes. I think is the best way to describe it. I really like this feature. When you go into transfer history, you can see actually how much you spent, and I'm assuming this is going to go year on year, and it's going to form like a nice graph for you to see how much you've spent, how much you've sold, year on year, and you can really track your progress in that. I think this is actually like I said, a nice quality of change feature. And I'm a big fan. The game last year, I enjoyed it. I think the match engine could have done with a little bit of tweaking, but the overall game, I thoroughly enjoyed. So a few of these quality of life changes, I'm all on board for. So we're gonna hop into the first game today. Again, I haven't seen this year's match engine, apart from like a few clips on Twitter from everyone that was sort of spamming the beta yesterday. This selection advice screen's very, very good. Gives you reasons for why players should play over others. So I'm going to quick pick. Declan Rice drops into this central defensive role. Am I happy with this? Fredericks injured. How bad is that? Do I have another option for him? It's saying he should play, but I just don't know if I should risk it. Zabaletta's also injured. I mean, I don't really have a choice then, do I? Alright, we'll keep an eye on Fredericks, but we don't really have a choice. Yeah, he basically has to play. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Wilshire's been dropped for Fornals or Fornals. So we're literally just going to... I'm going to submit that team. I'm happy with that. Oh, why did they drop back so much? Interesting. Teams are warming up. But let me know down below if you guys have been playing the beta and what your initial thoughts are. Oh, this looks interesting. Okay, I'm not a mass like this. I mean, this screen's okay, but it's a bit misleading. I feel like, are these players so deep, or are they actually in reality? You know, these two actually here. Okay, it is what it is. You know, it's not nothing detrimental or dreadful. What's this then? Okay, so I can delegate the team talk if I wanted to. I'm going to ask assistant to do this bloody opposition instructions. But yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of quality of life changes. You get bored of this, you can just delegate to other people. You can see it's currently obviously delegated to myself here, so I think that's a pretty cool feature. You could just automate a lot of the game, which I'm not going to. Looks pretty similar from a initial point of view, but here we go. Okay, well, we've just kicked it out straight away. I need to edit the settings. Hang on. Match speed during text only highlights. Okay, hang on. Okay. During highlights, I want yeah, like this, and then key highlights will do. We'll do the replay camera from behind goal. Yeah, I think that's fine, right? Okay, we'll run with that. But yeah, like I said. Oh wait, hang on. Where's updates? Okay. Yes, so far Leicester City are top of the league. They beat Chelsea 3-2 in quite an exciting looking game actually from initial sort of what I could see. But Cresswell, here he comes bursting inside, whips it out wide to Yarmolenko, who bursts forward. Fredericks has scored a beauty. I need to change my settings actually. Can I do that here? Hang on. Is there a way for me to get... I think I need to lower my setting. How do I... Noble. Here we go. Right. Preferences. Alright. I'm not a massive fan of this. The new interface here. I mean, I think I preferred it how it was before. I'm going to put this down to medium on the graphics, just so it runs a bit smoother. Personally, so I can cancel this, not make any tactical changes. But we're 1-0 up very early on. Fredericks our right back getting a fantastic goal. And yeah, I guess ultimately the sort of this beta save, I'm planning on doing sort of 2 to 3 seasons maybe with West Ham. And hopefully, yeah, like I said, if we get into the Champions League, great. If we win the Premier League, even better. But the chances of that happening are probably very, very slim. So if we can pick up a little bit of silverware, maybe like a good Europa League run or an FA Cup, and just, yeah, instead of being best of the rest, I want to start breaking into that top 6. And I think, like I said, it was either West Ham, Leicester or Everton were the 3 teams to realistically do that. And, you know, West Ham, I am from London, so I thought sort of close to home. And Sebastian Haller was pretty much calling my name, actually. I liked the look of him. I thought he'd work well with this tactic I had in mind. So West Ham United, here we are. Sebastian Haller, goes very close outside the post, but yeah, here we are. That's sort of the plan. 2 to 3 seasons. It may overlap with the full game releasing, so maybe I'll end up doing like alternating days. Like one day it'll be the West Ham, one day it'll be my full save on the game, and then slowly transition into the full game save full time. But I think, yeah, 2 to 3 seasons of this would be pretty interesting. It's not going to drag on too long. And I think, yeah, it's an exciting sort of prospect, actually. And I just realised that I'm not streaming, so I can get rid of the newest follower. So I've done just that. But Fredericks breaks into the box and nearly gets his second of the game. For a man who's injured, he's not doing too badly. Elsewhere, what's happening? Watford 1-0 up. Everton 2-0 up against Burnley. Sigurdsson getting both the goals. Actually, Watford are 2-0 up as well. So we find ourselves top 4 at the minute. Top 4. Here we go. Maybe I should have done Arsenal as a beta save, because obviously Emery's under fire at the minute, isn't he? Everyone sort of wants him out, so maybe I should have just done that. But I feel like, again, it's just a save that everyone always does. I'm gonna bring Wilshere on for Noble, and I'm gonna bring a Jetty on for Haller. There's just good squad depth here, actually, isn't there? Mikel Antonio for Yarmolenko, maybe. No, you know what, we'll let them stay. We'll do just the 2 changes for now, but yeah, West Ham have a very good squad. Very, very good squad, especially for Football Manager. Like, yes, in real life, a few of their players are outclassed, but for Football Manager, a lot of their players are very, very solid and can do a good job. So if you find a good tactic, you're in for a bloody treat, basically. So, yeah. Ooh, but this beta for me dropped at a very good time. One, it dropped on my birthday, which is ideal. Secondly, I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and whilst I love COD, the game was driving me mental. The shotguns, the maps. Oh, if this game didn't come out, I would have probably gone like mentally like insane. So thank God this has dropped. It's a nice change of pace for me. So yeah, I can actually sit down, enjoy this game, and not want to rip my hair out for more than 5 minutes. Although Long has just sort of jinxed it. Nope, Fabianski, fabulous save. So yeah, expect. Oh, what day is it now? So Friday, this video will be out. I'm going to record and edit this in one day, but the next video might be out over the weekend, might be out Monday. The only way to be sure and to find out is to hit the subscribe button down below. So be sure to do that, and that way you'll be obviously updated with this. I'm planning on doing it throughout the week, as in like Monday to Friday, sort of every day. At around probably release like 4 or 5 p.m.ish. But over the weekend it's a bit tricky because I've got other commitments and it's just the weekend. So I never really get time to sit down and just record videos. So the next episode, yeah, like I said, hopefully out on the weekend. If not, it'll be out Monday next week. But to be sure to hit that follow button, because now that FM20 is out, I'm going to be returning to regular content, and I'm going to basically like buck my ideas up and actually start uploading again. So Danny Ings has scored. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss an upload. There'll be plenty more beta content. If there is anything you guys want me to sort of show you, whether it be, I don't know, any features you think that maybe I've overskipped, overlooked, just drop a comment down below. I'll check them out. I'll show you in the next video. But we are currently 1-1. I'm gonna say get creative. Again, not too much has changed from last year. They just have literally, like I said, the main thing I'm saying is sort of the quality of life changes. The match engine does seem a little bit better, or at least a little. It's definitely been tweaked, but it's not too dissimilar from before. As far as I'm aware, the physics of the ball look a little bit cleaner. I believe that the way you score goals is different. It can score a multitude of different goals. I've seen goals from the halfway line. I've seen goals from, like basically like finesse shots from FIFA. I've seen some good goals on Twitter. So it's definitely been tweaked a little bit. But if you're not like a Football Manager super fan, there's not too much to convince you to buy the new version. If you're happy with FM19, it makes sense. I like buying the new edition every year just to try out the new features, and obviously it's always fun playing the latest edition of the game. So I've had a good experience so far. Again, it's only been 1 day, so it's pretty early to say. But if you go on Twitter, follow your favourite FM YouTubers, I'm sure you'll find a way to get the game for around £30. So be sure to look into that. If you want any more details, head over to my Twitter, drop me a DM or drop me a message, and I'll be sure to let you know how you can get the game for slightly cheaper. It's completely legit and everything. They just obviously, a lot of people have promo codes and whatnot. So yes, 30 quid. It's pretty good so far. Despite drawing 1-1 with Southampton, I can't complain too much. And at least it's not a loss, I guess. At least I haven't started my FM journey on a loss, is all I can sort of say. When we have looked pretty good for the majority of this game. Nice little back heel there. Cresswell whips it in. Are we done yet? I don't think so. Fredericks. Wilshere. Okay. Glad to see that feature still in the game. Ogbonna. Okay, tackled again. I think that's it, lads. I think this is it for the game. It's a throw-in. I can't complain. Like I said, we dominated the game though. Just need to work on some finishing and finding how to tweak that to get some goals. And I think we'll be golden. I think for the next game I'm going to actually, maybe it's because I switched to Mazzala. Maybe they should be both Carrillos. Or maybe I'm going to do Mazzala on support. Actually, stay wider. Yeah, I'm going to switch these back both to this and see who we got for the next game. Newcastle. See if that makes a difference. But how far away is the Newcastle game? About a week. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the ins and outs in between. I'm going to jump ahead to that Newcastle game and I'm going to catch you guys then. So I'm hopping back in actually. Welcome back. And I'm hopping in because I've just seen here West Ham announced season ticket sales. And I mean, the West Ham must have some hardcore fans because the ticket office has confirmed that the club have sold 54,000 season tickets. And I was like, that's a lot. The stadium's only 57. So I don't know if that's a bug, but apparently, yeah, the season tickets have nearly literally sold out the whole stadium. So, I mean, I don't know what that means for the away fans because I don't know how they're going to fit into the stadium with all the season ticket holders, but 54,000 season tickets. If we're not earning big mega bucks from these bloody, like match receipts, then, yeah, we're doing something wrong, in my opinion. Gate receipts, yeah, that needs to step up because there should be 54,000 people coming to every game, at least home games, at least minimum. So Declan Rice now comes into the midfield. Ogbonna, Zabaleta now comes in because actually why? Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I guess Fredericks needs a rest. He can stay off actually. Yeah, he can rest today. I'm gonna bring Unkar onto the bench for Mikel Antonio. I do want him to get some minutes today, especially against Newcastle. He can probably grab a goal. So I'm gonna bring him on later on. He can have, what numbers is he gonna have? 32? No, he's not even 32. He can have 71. That's what he's going to have, 71. Because usually I sort of give wingers sort of 7, 11 or 17. So 71's kind of like a combination of all of those. Oh, very, very similar formation actually. I was going to play with Cresswell and Zabaleta higher up like Newcastle have here. But it looked too circular for me and I was like, I'm not a fan. So I opted against it. But yeah, Joe Linton's going to fill in for a similar role that Haller is. Again, their wingers, Almiron and St. Maximin, going to probably do a very similar job. So actually, we're lining up very, very similarly here, us and Newcastle. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem or work to our advantage. Hopefully, we can just outclass them and, yeah, get the job done. We're currently down in 13th, so not really doing what we set out to do, if I'm honest. But we'll see if we can rectify that today. Here goes Yarmolenko breaking away. Out wide to Felipe Anderson on the other flank, who bursts into the box. Can he whip it in? I just realised Felipe Anderson's number 8, so I've gone against everything I said about giving wingers what numbers. I think, in my defence, I'm just going to assume that the assistant manager did that, or they were already set before I did it, because he wouldn't be number 8 if he was my winger. But I guess he's kind of a bit of a cam as well, isn't he, Felipe Anderson? He's a bit of, yeah, a different winger, isn't he? But, I mean, would I be disappointed with 2 draws? Probably. I would have to look at the tactic and say, what's going on here? Almiron. Here's Joe Linton. Yeah, look, see, holding up the ball. See that? He could have literally, if he was, a more attacking player, darted forward. But it's worked out for them. Almiron with a header over the bar, luckily. So I need to figure out what we're going to do, because it looks like Newcastle are having the better of this game. Jetro Willems can be very deadly on this flank. Almiron. He's a very good player as well, isn't he? Shelby's very good. Newcastle, again, they could have been interesting, actually. I think I've overlooked their squad because they could have done a very similar job to what we're doing with West Ham. But, you know what? No, I'm sticking with West Ham. Why am I second-guessing West Ham? We're going to do fantastically here. They're claret and blue, mate. Up the boys. Blowing bubbles. Fornals. Out to Yarmolenko. Hello, there we go. Look at that. Out wide. Cresswell's there. Over the bar. Unlucky. That looked much better from our Sebastian Heller. Doing his job, holding it up, playing it out wide to that overlapping fullback. Lovely. They're loving this ball out to Willems. He's loving it, isn't he? St. Maximin. Deep, deep crosses from them. They're looking very deadly. Where is he? Jetro. Tackling, tight mark. Yeah, tight. Stay on him. Because he's not allowed that room anymore. St. Maximin has scored. The FIFA demon. If you're playing Ultimate Team this year, you'll know all about St. Maximin because, yeah, he's like a little cheap god, isn't he? Lovely ball. Got caught napping. So much possession as well. I feel like we need to be Come on, boys. Yes, there we go. Yarmolenko. Oh, come on. We're holding on to so much of the ball. I'm not really used to it. I've never really been a possession holding player. I'm often just like very quick, like fast build up, get the ball sort of, in essence, kind of counter attacking, but not. Ooh, Sebastian Haller, what a goal. Oh my God. I didn't expect that from him. Sebastian Haller, what a goal. Declan Rice burst through. I need to slow this down a little bit. There we go. Bang. What a way to equalise. What a way to get your first sort of Premier League goal for the club. He's in my good book, Sebastian Haller, especially after that. If he can do that 20 times this season, I'll be a happy man. But I think, to be honest, Yarmolenko and Anderson will probably be my top scorers. That's at least how I'm hoping the formation plans out, because that's sort of how I intended it to operate. Fabianski with a fabulous save, and they're looking like the better side, if I'm honest. The chances they had have been much better than the ones we've had. Jetro Willems, Fabianski nearly made a Flapianski of that. Jesus Christ, mate. They've got some feedback. I'm going to say tighten up, because we're not looking good enough here. Shelvey, Willems. Damn it. Come on. Keep them away, keep them away. Okay, nice. Okay, we'll force them back a bit. But they love this switching of the play, don't they? They love it. Schlar. Yarmolenko's intercepted Haller down to Fornals. There we go, nice. Diop. Zabaleta. Yarmolenko. Zabaleta. Rice. Haller. Cresswell. Rice. Cresswell. Rice. Cresswell. Anderson. Cresswell. Anderson can get that. Yes, he can. Whips it in. Zabaleta's there, and I might actually. I think Sebastian. It's gonna sound dumb. He's playing a bit too. I'm gonna play him as a pressing forward. Actually, I'm gonna get him to pressure this back line, because I feel like he's maybe too quick to just play it. I don't know. Maybe I'm second guessing the formation here, but I've gone for a change. Zabaleta, Fornals, Rice. Fornals, Diop. Oh, he's been tackled. Sebastian Haller with another screamer from outside of the box. He's a bloody wow. I'm speechless. Diop. Haller. Tackled. That bottom right, bottom. I guess it depends what way you're facing. Bottom left for him, bottom right for the keeper. I'm making the tactical change. He's on for a hat trick, so yeah, I'm gonna get him just to try and menace this Lascelles and dumb it. Well, it's actually, I guess there's three at the back, isn't there? So all three of them really. Just try and just press them. Sebastian Haller's literally saving our skin here, as we're 2-1 up at half time. Do we deserve it? I'm gonna say no. I think Newcastle have had the better of the game. I'm not afraid to admit that, but neither have had clear-cut chances. I mean, the Maximin one was pretty clear-cut. Possession, I don't know. I need to look at this tactic, I think, because I don't like having 60% possession. It's just a bit... We're holding on to it a bit too much outside the box. I know I have worked into the box on. Here we go. Felipe Anderson. Rice, Anderson, Zabaleta. Ooh, if we can get a 2-goal cushion, I think this will wrap the game up. Liverpool, I just realised, have scored 8 goals and conceded 2. So, yeah, they're looking like they're going to probably run away with it like they sort of have in real life, which I'm a bit worried about. I'm hoping we don't play them very soon. Dummett, Shelvey, Willems. Out wide to Mankilo. Headed away, nice. Yarmolenko, can we break? Yes, we can. Into Haller. There we go, Zabaleta. Yarmolenko, oh my god. Okay, so Yarmolenko's playing better than Anderson. Right, we're going to bring him on. My assistant manager said it looks like they're playing down the wings. Well done, mate. They're playing a 3-5-2. Obviously, they're playing down the bloody wings. Cresswell, nice. Lovely run, lovely overlap from him. Back to Felipe Anderson. Back out to Cresswell. Zabaleta. We've looked better this second half. That must be said. We've looked better this second half, but we need to score one of these goals. Nasi Unuvar has come on. Where are we now? 5th in the league. That's not too bad. We're doing better than Arsenal, we're doing better than Chelsea, we're doing better than Man City. Newcastle, relegation zone. You love to see it. I'm just going to encourage Ogbonna. Here we go, our new signing. Nice, into Diop, Cresswell. Okay, nope, come on. Yes, Cresswell. Oh, lovely turn. Yarmolenko. Oh, bangers, there we go. Aaron Cresswell. I mean, I'm not watching the formation play. It doesn't look as convincing as it looked in the friendlies. Obviously, I didn't watch them games, but I saw the results come in. Watching it in the game, I'm not I definitely need to work on it and tweak it. But I mean, it is getting the result, I suppose. But frustrated by feedback. They're inspired by the feedback. We've got some good ratings in here, so I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to the new match engine, but it's getting the result. There's some very good average ratings in there. And if we can grab a fourth, I can't really complain about it, can I? Yarmolenko, Declan Rice, Cresswell. Here we go, breaking away. Here's our new signing, Nasi Unuvar. Back to Ogbonna. Nice play, calm and collected. Okay, back to Fabianski. Hoofs it forward. Sebastian Haller's there. He wins it. Heads it on, obviously, to no one. And Zabaleta heads into Fornals. Longstaff, what a player he's been this season. Him and Sean tearing it up for Newcastle. Jetro Willems in behind. Ooh, could this be another goal? He went for goal himself. And yeah, 3-1 it stays. I think we've done it. It looked a bit shaky at the beginning, lads, but I think we've done it. Haller, Rice, Unuvar. Out wide, Yarmolenko heads it down to Zabaleta. Nice. Lovely ball. Unuvar, sorry, is a bit far away. Whips it back across. Back to him. And he gets tackled. Unlucky, but yeah, he's only 16, so this would be a very valuable experience for him. Cresswell looks fantastic. That must be said. That's got to be offside, right? By Joe Linton? Yeah, thank God. Well, not thank God, because they didn't score, but you get what I mean. Diop. Oh, Yarmolenko. He's looked pretty dangerous. I was worried about him. I was like, maybe he's... Oh, final whistle. Terrific match. Yeah, it was pretty much end-to-end stuff. Sebastian Haller with some screamers. And Cresswell getting his name on the score sheet as well. So there you go. First victory. My webcam's blocking it, but I got an achievement for my first ever win. And Sebastian Haller, lovely performance from him. And yeah, it sits us up 4th in the league so far on goal difference. So for a first episode, I really can't complain. Next episode, probably going to bring you... Oh, why am I going to bring you? Oh, I kind of want to bring you Man City, but it's very close to this game here. So maybe I'll bring you Bournemouth and Man United, I think, will be next episode. So yeah, that is the end of today's episode. If you did enjoy the fantastic goals from Sebastian Haller, be sure to hit the like button down below. Like I said, the next video for this will hopefully be out over the weekend, if not Monday at around 4 p.m, 5 p.m, British Standard Time, British GMT, I don't know what the time is anymore, but 4 p.m, 5 p.m. there. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys next time. See you later.